Any new decals? Oh yeah, there's a few new decals in there. There's a lot more in there actually. I feel like it's scrolling. Like endless scrolling, it just begins at the start again. Holy Hey gents, welcome back today with Underground2.net. A classic mod that improves on the original experience. Let's check it out. You know what? Oh, wow. Shall we try it? I'm actually not sure. Does the mod say anything about not changing any settings? Another variant of Underground 2. Oh yeah. Primarily, you know, a bunch of new cars and customizations. Holy crap, that is a lot. Alright. So don't use Enhanced Contrast, right? So Overbright and... I mean, that was the default setting anyway, so they did set it up correctly for you guys. 3, 2, 1! I don't have the fast travel mod. The mod fix gear shifting issues at high FPS. No idea. We're about to find out. Because I do play in high FPS. Also, we're driving to a different spot immediately. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put in the HD motion blur. Give me a second. Wait. No, it isn't. Usually I just drive around and do one of the events. I'm an idiot. The game turns 20 years old on Friday. Holy shit. Costa's in here and 106. Okay, so the mod includes all of the starter cars from all versions. And I actually have a fixed Miata. Hey, should we take the Miata now that I can actually use it for a change? Actually, Miata, yeah. Oh, drift camera. Drift camera is available. Oh, the camera is on the driver's seat. What? It's sideways. Okay, someone explain this camera to me. It's like on the side of the car. I can't rotate the camera. Like, I'm not sure if that is supposed to be maneuverable. If that is a camera that is supposed to move, it does not work for me. Broken headlight cam. I don't know, it's weird. I'm not sure what this camera is supposed to be good for. Dude, it's been such a long time since I actually used the Miata. Miata was your starter car? Oh, is that the high FPS thing that the cars are wobbling around? Should I limit my frame rate to fix this issue? I think, why is my FPS limit at 12? Am I drunk? When would I ever need a frame rate limit of 12? Thanks. Okay, not this. Use the setup X, you mean? Okay, let's do that. FPS limit 120. See if that works. I'm not gonna use it. Oh wait, do we have everything available immediately? Those are the regular customization parts though. You might find new spoilers. Like, I'm pretty sure the anvil is new. Maybe the toge as well. Formula. Yeah, there's definitely new spoilers here. Unlock everything is... Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have new spoilers. We didn't have any new body kits here. Oh. De-badging. And limitations have been removed as well. Anyone ever wanted a roof scoop on a soft top? Looks like a Gatling gun with 4 pipes. I want to take an exhaust that, that people immediately recognize as a new one, you know, other than just a rocket. Some new stuff was at the beginning of the list. What do you mean? Do you mean the exhaust list? There's a shit ton of new exhausts all the way in the list. Underground2.net. Oh, very nice. Damn. Reminds me a bit of like a double scythe. I seem to miss how these are gonna hold on. If those are real rims, I wonder how they're mounted. But it has to be behind. It has to be like behind the brake. All right, you can definitely. I don't think everything is unlocked, considering there's still locked things, you know. Man, these body kits look terrible. I think I have to uncarbonize it though. I have to change the exhaust. The only problem is now it doesn't... It's only one-sided, right? The body kit is clearly for double exhaust car. Maybe it disappears because of the body kit? Ah, wait, never mind. Back there. Miata? I cannot tell what it was replaced with, but let's try it out. Maybe we'll see it in the Explore mode. Wait a second, because I'm actually right at the beginning of the game, so I have 0 money. Says Roadster. Well, we're about to find out. First rise complete. That's supposed to say Roadster. Okay. We're rising. We're rising first. Who needs performance upgrades? I actually have 0 bank now. I would have rather had the other body kit, but sadly I bought the exhaust first. That was a mistake. Man, I might actually revert to standard body kit. Look, that looks actually pretty good on his car. Mr. Roof Scoop on a soft top. That's why I don't like the in-game music, because it doesn't play during certain events. Press F in free roam. He's what's that gonna do to me? What are you baiting me for? Ah. Oh, true. Wasn't there more buttons like this other than just popping the hood? True, I remember playing Underground 2 mod before where you could open the other parts too, so that was an F. Maybe they didn't include that as this time? It's not as good as I thought it would be. Can teleport. The new world textures slightly improved, fitting to the style of the game. The roofs go on a soft top, yeah. That seems like a very smart idea. You can actually convert to a hard top as well. I'm pretty happy that some of the upgrades were free, because you are very broke in the beginning of this game. How can this game be 20 years old? It definitely looks dated. Does it look like 20 years old? I wouldn't say so, considering, you know, EA, Black Box, Need for Speed, they always had like good graphics. They always focused on delivering a good-looking game. And then they released Undercover, and they forgot about this. With Undercover, they kind of forgot about releasing a good game in general. They forgot very many things with Undercover. Nah, Undercover really managed to look bad and play bad at the same time. In my opinion, although the PlayStation 2 version looks just as bad, it plays a lot better. I get all the views in Underground 2. Well, I do tend to play older games, so not very often are people playing those games, let alone on Twitch. But as you can see, the interest is there, right? People love these games, especially when you get a new mod that lets you re-experience the game in a slightly different way. That's always good in my opinion. So I basically played the last 5 playthroughs of this game with the teleport mod, and today I decided to play vanilla. But this mod is all about improving the vanilla experience. So I shall join, matching all the subs. Oh yeah, another good news. Check out MadMonk for amazing supplements. Link in the description below. This is MadMonk Champion. This is just a supplement. No Tropic, without caffeine. I just remembered we had a mod. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the subtitles are still broken. New cars, new customization, graphical improvements. I think that covers it. All sacked. This car is still too slow. Even if I find the performance shop, I need like a shit ton of money. The car is just barely too slow. Yeah, exactly. Drift events this early. You're having tractors. They can barely build up any speed. Therefore, you're not gonna make many points. You can work around it. It's not the easiest thing. Like, you're not even hitting the brakes. All you're doing is like you're weight shifting the car around. Transmission set. I have $300, man. Why am I so broke? Did they change the money that you're getting? I can't even reduce my weight. This stupid exhaust cost me. Did I pay any money for any other visual upgrade? No, yeah, the exhaust cost me money. The body kit was free. I think the rims were free and the spoiler was free. That's your bank account right now. Hey, at least you have $300 in your bank account. Yeah, I'm gonna take heavy use of free upgrades because they're gonna be new parts that we don't know yet, and I don't have to spend money on this. Barely won the first drift event, man. Thanks for the push. Just don't push me into the wall. Yeah, a few cars have a tons of customization options. I'm fairly certain that tomorrow I'm gonna cheat myself some money so we can see more cars and customization. Because this game's economy is terrible. Depending on how you play it, you have enough money for 1, maybe 2 cars. Feel unwell and you have lost focus, what can I recommend? I guess I need a little bit more information. Do you have a job? Are you in school? Like, what are you doing right now in life? Where are you? How old are you? What are you doing? Because depending on where you are, there's different advice. Yeah, we signed with MadMonk and now we have to race an underground racing league. Doing stuff with your 3D printers and it doesn't make you happy. All right. Okay, let me assume you want to stick to your work for now, at least, you know? Maybe try other hobbies, because at the end of the day, you know, what fulfills people is just doing stuff that, you know, they're having fun with. You know, either it's fun to you, or, you know, it gets you excited because maybe it advances you in life. And regarding the job situation, if it's just hard work but you don't really like it, you should start interviewing for other jobs that might interest you. You know, try something new. Trying something new in general is the way to go when you feel like you're stuck and you don't really enjoy where you are right now. The advantage is if you have a job, you have a lot more leverage with new jobs, right? Let's say someone else offers you a job, now you can say, okay, I take the new job, or you try to get a pay raise out of it, you know? Get the new job guy to offer you a certain amount, and then go back to your old job and be like, hey, can I get a raise? Because if not, that guy over there is gonna pay me. Obviously, then you have to go through with it. No point in, you know, trying to leverage a new position and then you're not taking it. But yeah, like you gotta find the spice in life, you know. What is it you can do or you wanna do? And how do you get there? You probably realize yourself, if you keep doing the same things over and over again, you're gonna get the same results and you're gonna feel the same. If that doesn't make you happy, you just gotta change something up, you know? New hobbies, new jobs. But to be fair, like 3D printing doesn't even sound like a bad hobby, but you know, maybe spend less time on it so you can enjoy it more. Or you could try to 3D print items people would actually buy. I remember I needed a 3D print of a small tool that allows you to hack into your Switch. Costs you a few cents to produce. If you make a few thousand of those, you sell them, you have a side hustle. Especially like they sold them for like $5 each, right? You sell 1,000, that's like $5,000 right there. You just gotta put in the time and actually print them. But hack doesn't work anymore. It does if your console is old enough. Like it just comes down to, like, obviously it can't be an OLED. It can't be an OLED Switch. What you can buy nowadays is this flash card. There's actually a flash card for the Switch. I forgot what it was called. Mix Switch? Yeah, Mix Switch. Yes, the Switch is retiring very soon. The next Switch is coming out next year. Probably bundled with a new Pokemon, maybe with a new Super Mario. Depends how fast Nintendo is with their development, because they learned by now that when they release a new console, they also need to have a banger game at the ready. Yes, the new console will be backwards compatible with the Switch. It would be fun if the new console is like immediately hacked. And then you basically have Switch and Switch 2 games. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming for cheap game keys. Click the link in the description below. Any gameplay aspect? Don't think so. From what I can tell, the gameplay is the same. New cars, new customization, slightly different graphics. Whoops. 1000 horsepower in a Miata? That sounds dangerous. The thing about, you know, being confident enough to sell it, it doesn't really matter. Think about it like this. You are better than 95% of people in the chat right now for 3D printing something. And most people in the chat don't have a 3D printer. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to be better than most people and you have customers. That's just how it is, right? Like, I used to be a life coach. And all you need to be a life coach is to be a tiny bit more confident than the people that you're trying to teach, right? Like, I don't need to be the most confident, best life coach in the world. I just need to be a little bit better than my customers. And the same with your 3D printing skills. The stuff that you make is probably 10 times better what I would get on my first attempt. Also, I don't really want to spend all the money on the 3D printing stuff. Like, if I really need something, I would just, you know, try to buy something somewhere. So now it's up to you. Either you leverage your hobby and make some money with it, or you do something else that gets you excited. If you don't know what that is, then you just have to do what everyone does, and that is just, you know, trying things out and see how it goes. Great crash. Tried random hobbies? Yeah? If you're in a sport where it's just, you know, painful to keep doing what you're doing, then you gotta change something. Most of the time, doing anything gets you out of it. Wait, where did I get so much money from? Now I have 5,000. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a tuning shop nearby. Oh wait, we have to unlock everything. I mean, you could actually save money this way, you know, by just not buying the intermediary parts. Right, it's like instead of buying the cheap nose, I could just get the best nose, or like the best tires. We're gonna save a little bit of money this way. And I'm broke again. We're gonna play the efficiency route. What I found interesting is that we have everything unlocked, but some things during customization were still locked. So that confuses me. So everyone's favorite incoming, Underground Racing League. Do you guys actually notice the HD motion blur? Right, it's not the original motion blur that the game has. It's like an optimized version of it. More like, let's sleep it up. Yeah, Underground Racing League never had a lot of fans. In my opinion, this should have been the big-ass giveaway for Blackbox to realize people are not that much into track racing. Miata's really weak. Yeah, I might have to turn down the difficulty because this is a sponsored event. Right, I have to do those. Miata might be weak for a drag race, but that doesn't change the fact that this is on my to-do list. Do I have the engine upgraded? Some of it, I'm short on money. I already told you earlier. This game is very stingy with money. Seriously, man. Well done, dude. Very well done. Now we're both dead. It's gonna be easier once I have nitros. I took a screenshot, I'm already playing it. Well, people told me about it. Damn. I'm gonna have the block. Okay. I think it's actually the top end where the car is struggling. In the beginning it's fine. Look at my downforce though. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're coming back to this when I have more money for upgrades or something. The thing is, it's actually not the regular races that are an issue. The drag race that's fully automatic, that's where the car is just too weak. Oh yeah, true, we're on the easy difficulty because of that drag race. I guess I can try it one more time. Either I have enough money now, or I'm kinda boned. I mean, I can do the Underground Racing League. Okay, let's do Underground Racing League, get some money, use that money for some performance upgrades. I'd say that's the plan, or just NOS really. I think NOS should do it. A car I never tried in Underground too. As far as I recall, I used them all, to be honest. The Miata might not be the best choice, because it's just very slow. Generally, Need for Speed is always pick the car with the biggest engine in the beginning, because the starter cars are all kind of slow. The Civic for drag. Yeah, if this was Underground 1, then you could just easily swap the cars, then it would be nice. This the game gives you free cars, but it doesn't give you free upgrades, and that's like the biggest issue. You know what would be great for balancing purposes? Once you buy an upgrade, it is free for all the other cars. That is, in my opinion, how you would fix this game's economy. You buy it once, and then you're good to go. Because that's how it works in Underground 1, right? Like, if you buy an upgrade, you can use it on another car. At least that is true for the performance parts. And swapping the cars is basically plus minus zero. Sure, they're like slightly different in pricing. So sometimes you get a rebate, sometimes you have to pay a little extra, but it evens out at the end of the day. Yeah, the Corsa is actually included in this mod, like the US and the EU cars are both available. Yeah, but the tournament in Underground 1 is more fun, simply because it is street racing. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, in my opinion, they should have kept the car swap mechanic from Underground 1. First of all, revolutionary. Second of all, really good feature. I don't know any other game that does it. So I said I wanted power, right? Or nitrous, or both. How much money do I have? Turbo, probably too expensive. I could go with a weight reduction. Or just buy, I can't buy the best nose bottle. That's a bit of an issue. Total cost. Oh wait, I was looking at the discount. Okay, no NOS again, but a lot more power. I already changed to hard difficulty. Oh, right, I'm on hard difficulty now. I'll give it a try at least once. Get some upgrades. So how are you guys liking this slower approach to Underground 2? You know, I would say this feels closer to what it felt like playing the game for the first time, but that's bullshit. I did not do any tuning on the dyno for my cars. I just bought upgrades and riced them out. Okay, the car's doing way better now. I prefer Nissan or Toyota? Ah, Nissan. Can someone explain to me why it's called underground2.net? Was it just to promote the website that they have, or yeah, I'm getting a PS5 Pro for GTA. There's 100% gonna be an enhanced GTA version. From a streamer's perspective, you know, it makes sense to get a PS5 Pro. I don't like it primarily because it doesn't have disk drive, which means I'm definitely have to buy the game digitally too, which I'm not too much of a fan of either. Or I'll buy a drive and build it in later. Oh, do I have not URL event, QoL events? Oh, the sponsored don't count. I thought the sponsored events do count. Yeah, I think for most people it doesn't make sense to buy PlayStation 5 Pro just to have GTA 6 looking slightly better. But I can tell you for a fact people are gonna pester me if I don't do it. If I play GTA 6 on a regular PS5, people are gonna pester me to no end, so we do what we have to do. I assume it's gonna run in 60k as 60k 4 FPS. What most PlayStation 5 games are doing though, like the games aren't running natively in 4K. They usually run in 1440p or a similar resolution. Then it just gets upscaled to 4K, so it looks decent on your TV or monitor. I wonder if the game runs better if you play on a 1440p monitor. Yesterday was a bit messy. So I was working on text stuff until, well, 3 AM in the morning. Made it really hard to sleep afterwards. I kind of like this new look at the game moment camera. Actually, it reminds me of Forza Horizon, where you keep your current camera, but it goes in like slow-mo. So if you're new here, basically I will match all gift subs until the end of the year, as a thank you for supporting the channel for another year. So if you drop 5 gift subs, I'll drop 5. If you drop 10, I drop 10, and so on. You know, my problem with vanilla experiences is that it doesn't fix the problems that even the black box games have. But in my opinion, this game gives you way too little money to have fun, with like lots of cars and upgrades and visual changes. So, like I would probably double, if not triple the economy. How hard can it be? Do you actually get any money for getting second place or reputation? All games are hard, man. Always gotta get first. I love how they didn't code the GPS unless you're actually on one of the main roads. I say that GPS, while being a buggy, still a very important part of this game, because I don't think it's super easy to find where you need to go. Even the game doesn't know it, man. I'm fairly certain I know what I'm doing. One thing that GPS doesn't take into account is like how fast you would be traveling on those roads. Yeah, but none of these exits gets to this point here. Like it would have also sent me around a bunch of extra roads. Small exit right before the tunnel. Okay, I missed that then. I think I actually randomly managed to progress in this game until a certain chapter and then not anymore. Like at some point it just needed too much star rating that, you know, I didn't know how to unlock the last cover to unlock the last underground racing link to get to the last chapter. Does the mod change the races? I don't think so. As far as I know, it's like a classic experience for Underground 2 with slightly improved graphics, all the cars, and extra customization. Yeah, it wasn't even the 10-star rating that messed me up, it was the one before that. You did all the races from the world map feature in the garage. Oh yeah, that doesn't count, yeah. I've never heard anyone do that before. Interesting. I realized that's what you need to do if you want to get like 100% completion. Then you have to do the events that you didn't do from the garage and basically catch up for 100%. How much longer do you think the marathon would be if you had to beat the story career for every game? A lot longer. But at the end of the day, you know, I try to feel out how you guys feel about certain games. And when I get the feeling that people are just bored of me playing, let's say, PSP Most Wanted, then I don't really want to push it and play it extra long. If it's not entertaining, it's usually not worth doing, you know. Maybe I'll let him lead so I can draft him. I don't think he could have driven any more stupidly. It's kind of impressive how slow the Niato is. And for some reason it doesn't want to change to the right lane there. Get a grip. The game straight up refused. Oh, he's gone. He's coming in fast. Oh, true, the Spec 2 mod for GT4. Yeah. That's actually something I'll want to play probably directly after the Need for Speed Marathon. 3,000 cash. It's interesting. It's like the first time I'm like actively trying to manage the funds playing this game. It is more difficult because you have the higher upgrades available early, which means usually I don't want to waste my money on anything unless it's the best part. Like I don't want to buy tier 1 and tier 2 stages of the tires because I can immediately buy into tier 3. Oh, engine, please. Don't blow me. Hey, we're beating them on hard. What the hell? As long as I don't blow my engine. Actually, did I turn them back? Did I even turn the difficulty back? I don't think I did. Oops. Hard. Which was fine. Man, I really wish I could teleport in this stupid game. Just realized you can't override the GPS. You have to turn it off first, and then, you know, do it again. Then it works. This is why the differential upgrade and the set is top speed. Don't any of the other gearbox upgrades increase your acceleration? I actually never looked into, you know, the validity of all the upgrades. Oh, there's a bonus one. Do they pay you more on these? Or are those just hidden events? Even fully upgraded, it's terrible for drags. I mean, I used the Miata at this time because usually I have the M3 mod activated, so I never get to use this car. But yeah, it is very, very slow. Even with upgrades, they didn't love this car much. So I go to home-cooked food. So this grocery store next to me sells like pulled chicken and pulled beef. I like to prepare that and then, you know, just add some vegetables to it. That's like my go-to low-carb, low-calorie, nutritious meal from home. But I'm definitely not the kind of guy that tries to cook something elaborate. Keep it simple. Cooking your own food is good for your mental health. Yeah, you should definitely do it from time to time. I don't think it's necessary to do it all the time. Have a good balance. Like I was doing like a chore for Lisa, and I didn't really want to, you know, drive home 40 minutes with public transport, so I got an Uber for $10. Where I feel like, you know, that's worth my time, that's worth my sanity. Just Uber the way home. Especially I was annoyed because the shop that Lisa sent me to, they had the wrong lunchtime online, right? So I was there in front of a closed door and had to wait another 20 minutes because they wrote the wrong time online. An air fryer? Did we have an air fryer? And you're right, it does change things. No merch? They changed the merch store. I basically have to remake the merch. But I gotta be honest, I sold like 20 shirts over the course of my streaming career. Like, you guys don't buy merch very much. So, you know, at this point, I don't think it's the designs. I feel like people have enough shirts already. The fuck mug last year? Yeah. I mean, I will set up a new store. I will give you, I'll bring you new items. But it's not a priority, you know, from all the things that I have to do, setting up the merch store again isn't a priority right now. You're wearing one of my shirts right now, hey, thanks man. But I bet you bought it years ago. You will totally get one, alright. Then I'll set up the new merch store. Merch command's busted. Yeah, the thing is, Stream Elements changed their merch supplier. KuruW shirt. I already told you, if you guys want a certain piece of merch, tell me and I'll make it. But last time someone requested something, they never bought it. So I wasted my time. Cases. The last time they had cases, it was like really old iPhones. I think there was only cases for like iPhone 12. I feel like if you want phone cases, it should be at least like the last 3 generations of iPhone. I think that's the one benefit that Apple has. Like, they're the only ones with iOS. And they have, I don't know, 40% market share, 50% market share. So it's easier to make merch for Apple people, because Android, you know, has a million different suppliers, right? You can have a Huawei, a Samsung, a OnePlus, a Google thingy, right? So trying to make cases for Android doesn't really work. So the merch suppliers usually don't carry it. They do have iPhone cases. Yeah, you need a KuruW body pillow, or like a giant blanket, like the blanket for your blanket, the KuruW. Let's go up there, because then we can pick up the next shop. Although it doesn't matter, right? Shop stuff is unlocked anyways. I'm talking about shop stuff. Let's see if the yellow shop has any new options for us. Oh, I like the new background. And there's definitely new options. Like this one, this one, this one. Kinda like the see-through one, if I'm honest. Maybe this one because it's more obvious? Nah, let's take the... Okay, the colors can be changed. Actually, some of the colors can be changed. Oh, the background color, that makes sense. There's no background. How is this even? Cabin neon. Why do we not see it? I see a switch. At first, it's actually gray. Before the color comes in. Yeah, I think you have to do the layout first. The cabin neon layout, yeah. But we can't do any of that yet because we don't have money. Our license plate is a new customization option. And it's free! It's good. 369, damn, that's fine. You're too slow. Rachel. Super Street. Those are new spinners. Oh boy, that's tacky. Player deep, just player. Benjamins. Okay, we know these ones. It's crazy, like these are so plain colored that you can't even see any three-dimensional form, you know? Come back later with more money? People should at least realize the new HUD. I mean, we can throw a straw poll. Do you want me to cheat money? Yes or no? How much money do I have? I have $1,000 bucks. 69%. Nice. Alright. Basic tutorial for Cheat Engine. Open the software. Pick Underground 2. Enter your base money, which is 1243. You search the value. What are these? And then you change the value. Just add 4 9s and you should have enough money. I was looking for something red, so it's more old spicy. Can you Cheat Engine live? Sadly, you can't. Would be fun though, right? Any new decals? Oh yeah, there's a few new decals in there. There's a lot more in there actually. I feel like it's scrolling. Like endless scrolling, it just begins at the start again. Holy shit, man. Yeah, who has time for this, man? Oh, the badge is actually higher rating. The badge, now the cops don't know it's a Mazda. Missed the car accident. Hey, it's not that ugly. The car's a lot faster downhill, man. Okay, now that we don't have money issues anymore, we can get a new car. But first I want to play around with this Miata a little bit. Oh, you were talking about your car accident. Yeah, I was not thinking. How's the recovery going? Guys, you must know, Luca, our resident modder here, got into a car accident. He got T-boned by grandma, as far as I remember. Not a lot of people can say that. Did he break bones? I think you said he broke at least a bone, right? It's always the grandmas. I mean, there's a certain age where you should probably stop driving, right? Understand that, you know, it might be inconvenient for your lifestyle. On the other hand, you are putting other people's life in danger. So maybe you should stop driving. Left arm and leg is broken, wrist is damaged. 2 ribs do hurt. I love when you say like my arm is damaged. Like a piece of equipment. My grandma's 84, she should be in the Senate. Yeah, a senile person behind the wheel is dangerous. Right, they might be lucid enough to get into the car, but then at some point they're like on the go and they don't know what's happening anymore. Just try to deal with the situation, but you know, their brain is just not playing along anymore. Some terrifying shit. Oh, I totally agree. After a certain age, you should do the driver's license again. Like, statistically, probably an age of, I don't know, 60? 60 might be a good time for anyone to take the test again. Here's the thing, like, my driver's license does not expire. And a lot of people have that. So when I'm 60, and unless they changed the laws somehow, I could just drive. 60 seems too early. Depends on the person, man. If you have a shitty lifestyle, you're already half dead at 60, right? If you're a regular drinker, if you're a regular smoker, if you have no exercise in your life, most people are nearly dead at 60. Not most people, some people. But definitely most alcoholics are basically a zombie at 60. Your license expires in 2038. Yeah, but does that mean you just have to get a new license, or do you have to do another test as well? I'm not sure how that works, if I'm honest. You know, I personally would be okay if I would have to redo my driver's license. Or maybe not my driver's license test, but, you know, just to see if my body is still able, like a check if my body is able to drive safely in a car. I would approve that, because then I know the other people in the traffic also have to go through that. And I will feel more safe. The problem is, I bought a bunch of handling upgrades. Now it's actually harder to drift this thing. Most points is just gonna be wiggling on the bonus zone. Okay, let's try a little bit harder this time. Deactivate traction control. Is that even a thing in this game? I remember it in Underground 1. Wiggle to win. Yeah, that's the winning strategy. really need to find an upgrade spot. I will max it out on the next blue shop just to see what's possible in this car. Because it has overall been a very slow car. Hey, geography people, help me out. Where is Fuerteventura? It sounds kind of stupid in English. Canary Islands. Yeah, help me out. Like, where can I find it on the world map? Spain. Oh, is it right? Right of Spain, so east and west to Morocco. I don't know where Morocco is. Below Spain. Ah, okay. So south. 2,000 kilometers from the shore. Well, Lisa was doing a vacation there with one of her friends. I wish I had my teleport mod. Come to the Madeira Island instead. Yeah, the thing is, I'm a workaholic, guys. I prefer working over vacations. You know what I mean? Like, I get fairly quickly bored on vacations, especially if it's like your typical, let's be at the hotel, then go to the sauna, then go to the beach, then go to the sauna, then eat something, go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like these. Okay, you're like relaxing somewhere else, but you're not doing anything new. You know, like if I take a vacation, I prefer to have like some kind of adventure. Like I would rather, you know, walk around and, I don't know, discover the city or discover like a hiking trail. But you know, just sticking around in the hotel, on the beach, drinking, eating, sleeping. It's kind of boring. I mean, I don't hate it, right? It's just nothing special, you know. Surfing, like fishing, water adventures. Yeah, that sounds a lot more fun to me. Circuits are boring. Totally agree. Generally not a big fan of the circuit event type, but especially circuit around the heights is really boring. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I don't mind falling on my ass, trying something new. So for all the new people, if you wanna share a song, basically every time you donate, you can share a YouTube link with the stream as a thank you. One thing they realized in later iterations of video games, if you find a point of interest, it makes sense to make this into a teleport. Man, it has so many upgrades, yet it doesn't feel much faster, nor does it feel much more grippy. Like you need to send this to a dyno. Drifting should be fine. Yeah, with a little bit more power, definitely easier to drift. It's the multiplayer in this. I'm pretty sure the mod does not disable multiplayer. So usually you can set up... Actually, can you set up a LAN connection with these old games? Because a lot of old Need for Speed games have a LAN option. So if you emulate a LAN network, then you should still be able to play with a friend of yours. I'm not sure what are current LAN emulators that are still being used. I just remember Hamachi. But it sounds so old it might not even exist anymore. Game Ranger, yeah, that's something that still works. I'm not sure how I feel about the Meowth man. I haven't used it in forever, but it's kind of slow. Especially it's so overpowered in Underground 1. I feel like they nerfed it on purpose. You know what's funny? I remember some of my very first streams where people were very specific what they wanted to see and what they didn't. And I remember whenever I was playing Underground 2, the moment I was doing an Underground Racing League, some people immediately turned off the stream. Obviously it was new viewers that were checking out the channel, but the moment they saw Underground Racing League, they just turned off, because you can look at the viewer counter, like, you know, how it fluctuates. And I always noticed that the viewer counter immediately went down when I did the Underground Racing League. That was so funny to see. That like people genuinely hate the Underground Racing League. At least you can turn off your brain during the Underground Racing League and enjoy the music. Windows 12 being a subscription. Okay. I have a controversial opinion about this. If they turn off all of the bullshit telemetry and other background shit that slows down my system, then I would pay for that. Then I would pay a monthly subscription. if they give me the same fucking shit that we're getting right now, I'm unwilling to pay for it. Because they're selling all of our data anyways. Right? There's a reason Microsoft is as big as they are. Right? It's not like they're not making money. Right? You using Windows on a daily basis is giving them so much information that they're selling for big bucks. They don't need any more money from subscriptions. Oh wow, the cars are way faster now. I'm not gonna lie. When I was 15 years old and I played this game for the first time, I was thinking to myself, anything endurance is just boring. I did not see the appeal of doing laps. Right? I really enjoyed sprint races, drag races, drifting, depending on the game. But circuit races, I was like, man, this would be more fun if it was just one lap. I don't mind if it's a big lap, but just make it one lap. And I don't think I inherited this view from anyone. I think that was just my own original thought. Whenever I played racing games, that I liked it more when it was not a circuit. Okay, there's actually a game where it doesn't bother me, Mario Kart. It never bothered me in Mario Kart that you would do laps multiple times. Because usually it's like, oh, I'm not in first after the first lap. Good thing I have another lap, so I can catch up. But if you're playing a game where you're usually front-running the entire event, then it doesn't really matter if you do 1 or 6 laps. I mean, Mario Kart is designed to lose your first spot all the time, right? That's why the blue shell exists. That's why the people behind you get better items. It's all about, the dynamic of winning and losing places. And it works really well, like it's a lot of fun, right? I always say I want a competitive Mario Kart, which Blur was. The problem is, it's not casual friendly at all, right? Like a casual can get lucky with the right items in Mario Kart. A casual will get completely destroyed in Blur, has 0 chance of winning. And that is actually part of the success. The idea is to get your friends together. And everyone can win from time to time, right? Because shit happens on the track, and then sometimes even if you're the best player, you're gonna lose. And that honestly makes it fun. Not only for the better races, but also for the normies. Because they're like, oh, it took down the big guy. I mean, literally what happens when we play Mario Kart with our friends. They're like, oh, we beat Flo, let's go. Right, they get excited to take me down. It's always great when you lose like the first race. Right, like everyone knows you're the best player, and then you immediately lose the first race, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on, Flo? Why didn't you win?" Fucking bastards. Hidden race map? Nah, I don't really look at it. If I find it, I find it. If I don't, I don't. I gotta say, I like the mod that shows the hidden races. Then I like the mod that gives you teleport, and I like the mod that turns down the requirements for the Underground Racing League. I think those three, that's a nice mod pack to just make the game more enjoyable. I'm not sure why, but X actually showed me that Fortnite is having like a Season 1 remake or whatever. Like they're bringing back the original gameplay or something, the way the game released. I'm trying to go back to their prime. Or they're out of ideas. Right, if you don't have any idea of anything new, it's a good idea to go back to the roots. I wish Need for Speed would do that. It's not a bad approach, If you don't have any good ideas, why don't you just give the fans what they want? Like, it's so simple too. I do it all the time. Like whenever I don't have any cool idea, I just stream something that you guys like. That's easy for me, and you guys appreciate it, right? Like, it's so simple. Yeah, okay, there's one thing that makes me crazy about Lisa. What do you guys do when you have a brand new game and you like it? Like, try to explain to me, what is your usual experience with a new game that you just bought and you start playing it? Like, how do the next days and weeks look like for you? Play it as much as you can. Yeah, that sounds like me. First day gaming only. Yeah, like I was the kind of guy that would take a day off work when a new game came out. Yeah, exactly. You spend all of your free time on it, right? Like you go to work, school, whatever, and then free time, just that game. And what Lisa does is she forgets that she has a new game and then she plays it again because I have to remind her, and she's like, "Oh, it's awesome! I have so much fun." But then I'm like, "Hey, you haven't played the Hogwarts game for like 3 days," and she's like, "Oh yeah, of course." Like, how do you forget that? How do you forget a game that you like? Like, that doesn't compute in my brain. It doesn't make sense. Like, I get addicted to a new game when I like it. I will sacrifice everything else to get through that game and to enjoy it as much as possible. I can't have too long breaks in between when I play a new game. Circuit races are also freaking huge every time, then 3 laps. You know what pissed me off? I actually wanted to get a drive for my PS5 Pro, but they're actually sold out. I don't even know what is the usual retail price for a PlayStation 5 disc drive. The cheapest I found was 180 euros. Which seems like a scam. There's no way. This is the price of a fucking Blu-ray DVD player with 8K upscaling. For 200 bucks, you can probably buy a TV that has a Blu-ray player built in. Yeah, it's sadly a bit of a theme that in the gaming industry, the longer a franchise survives, the more complacent they get. And I gotta be honest, Nintendo is a bit of an exception if you ask me. Like, I don't really feel that Nintendo games are getting much worse. They might have a bad game here and there that is not as good as some of the older ones, but I feel like in general they are getting better. What do you think? So one thing you can see, the European cars and the American cars are both available. Armor Navigator Escalade, Sentra, Celica, Golf, A3, RSX, Eclipse, TT. Nothing new? I thought there were new cars. I just realized they have different colors. I think it's Supra time. Haven't had one in a while. And I don't think I've had a blue Supra. Green shop first? Sure. Alright, we're gonna aim for 10 star. Oh yeah, that's another improvement mode. Removing the star rating limit. It's a handful of spoilers that have better rating. This is the only good looking one. So we said we can nearly carbonize everything, right? Okay, let's take a look at the body kits. Apocalypse, Armageddon, Mantis. Mantis looks kind of boring. Vapor too. Not super exciting. Dude, they have the most star rating again. I have too. I don't think anything compares. I need a 10 star rating first. So there's a little bit of blue left. This could be the Knight Rider if it was like black carbon. So did I miss anything? Headlights.
Very dangerous. Guess who's back?
There's still a bit blue.
Again.
We gotta remove the blue. The Gatling. Oh, it is actually called Gatling. I called it, it looks like a Gatling gun is what I said earlier. Isn't the Gatling exhaust that they had on the Zonda? So, how do I get the rest of the rating? Yellow shop, I guess. Is it just me or does the exhaust look different now? Was there an X on it? I have to double check. I don't think there was an X on it. The model is great. Go check it out for sure. Yeah, see what I mean? It doesn't have the X here. See if the Gatling actually looks like the Gatling. Okay. Who's a Moby? Have you seen the new ones? The player. I mean, what is this? This doesn't look like a 3-dimensional shape. This looks like a picture, you know what I mean? Let's see if there's any new things to install. Oh yeah, let's go. A GameCube with 2 memory cards and 2 Wavebird controllers. I mean, the receiving unit for it, but still, hey, let's go. Can I get my entire gaming collection here? GameCube, PSP. Oh, there's Need for Speed on there. Nice. Maybe we should have taken purple one. 2 PSPs? Why is it 2 now? Now I feel like I got scammed on the first slot, man. Interesting. They didn't even add PlayStation 2, just multiple GameCubes. Okay, PSPs for everyone. See, the thing is, I had a purple GameCube, my brother had a black GameCube. Oh, there we go, PlayStation's up there. Alright, they didn't leave us hanging. I was about to be disappointed, man. Oh, a laptop. I think it's only on the big slots can I put a laptop or 3 PSPs. There you go. Console heaven. I'm not sure I need a laptop with underground. Dude, the red PlayStation looks fucking rare though. So a few custom gauges in here. Gauges? Gauges. I think the 10 rating shouldn't be too hard this time. So first let's equip... I have to put in the cabin layout first. Then I can put in... then I can put it in. Consoles in the truck. Pimp my ride. I do have games in my car. The thing is, whenever I tune my... True, Dreamcast was missing. Whenever I tune my car, I stop reading the chat. That Supra looks very futuristic. I might unrise this car a little bit. Some people de-risk, I need to de-rise. But first I need to get the magazine cover. I tried really hard not at the wall. Yeah, shouts to 20 years of Underground 2. 2004 it released. Don't you guys feel like life is all about balance? And during the PlayStation 2 era, he had the perfect balance from gameplay and graphics. The overemphasis on graphics nowadays, in my opinion, ruins way too many games. But yeah, sometimes you just have not so good developers. Or maybe they just don't care about the topic as much as they should. Yeah, as I said, you know, most of the amazing games that you loved are like all 20 years old now. It's all PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox stuff. You know, that's why I don't like this car, man. It spins out too easily. Twitch TV should really add 120Hz streaming. There's a few issues with that. Number one being, most people do not have 120Hz monitor/TV. Second major problem, unless you get extra bandwidth from Twitch for twice the frame rate, it would degrade the quality for everyone else that is watching in 60 FPS. Right, that's obviously an issue. Wee. I'm not sure. Is that a side effect from the high FPS or from the hard difficulty in the rubber band? Because it happens extraordinarily often. No, you can stream in 120 FPS, but the problem is the reasons that I just mentioned. Yeah, number one would be the introduction of the AV1 codec, which a few streamers are getting. So they're basically having all their prototype streaming hardware for the biggest streamers on Twitch. And mid-sized and small creators like myself are basically fucked.
How's your car running?
Like Twitch is really telling every new streamer, hey, go to YouTube. YouTube has better video encoding, it's gonna look better. Go on YouTube and stream in AV1. Look at how mismatched the pointer is. Isn't that interesting? Not gonna lie, at this speed, this makes me kinda dizzy. This is not a comfortable camera. This one isn't too much better. I think it's primarily the motion blur that they added. No new cars, but a bunch of modifications for the existing cars. Underground 2 is the king of race. That is true. There aren't many games that went as far with customization as Underground 2 did. Like, I'm trying to think of any other game that has more customization options. But there's a few games that have pretty crazy customization options. For example, that Pimp My Ride video game. What's new? Primarily a bunch of customization for a lot of the cars. And you get slightly improved graphics. But yeah, most of it is customization on the existing cars. It's more of a classic experience. Whoops. For the game. The problem is you need to look in the left upper corner for the shifting, but then you don't properly see what's actually driving in front of you. Especially in the beginning, you gotta look at the RPM, because otherwise you're not gonna get. Oops. I need to make the gears longer. You know, one thing that actually helps is this foot camera. It makes it easier to see what's in front of you, just because you're more zoomed in. The problem is, you also see the cars really late, like they actually pop in. The drawing distance, you know, basically how far you can see, and when the game actually spawns the cars. But you can see further than how the game spawns the cars. So they will spawn the cars within your vision, so they basically plop into existence. Actually, I don't want to be in the right hand lane, because you can't escape. Guaranteed death. You know what actually kind of works? Swerving? Because then you have enough dynamic to do a last minute maneuver. and escape from the shit. Big shouts to Oz, Relconf, Kellen for the top 3, myself, Vaporian, and Unidorsal for gift subs. Appreciate it. Especially there was a tier 3 gift sub in there. That one was pretty dope. Gotta take a day off, and I'll see you guys fresh again on Thursday, alright? Unless, maybe I get lucky and I get some free time tomorrow for a quick stream. If not, I'll see you on Thursday, alright? Guys, thanks so much for watching, sleep tight. You come back tomorrow for more on Thursday, and good night. Bye-bye.